إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أيها الأحبة في الله، التعب هو الراحة. مقولة سمعتها من قبل وملخصها أن الراحة مضرة بالصحة، ولا بد من أن نقتنع بذلك ونؤمن به. تعب هو الراحة. To work and get tired is really to rest. So hard work is really resting. This is something I heard and I read before. In brief, the writer said that rest is unhealthy and you must believe in that and be convinced with it. فالشغل هو الراحة النفسية. Work is really the psychological rest that makes you feel good. تتعب بالنهار لترتاح بالليل. You work too hard during the day and then you rest at night. والذي يجلس يعلم ذلك جيدا. And the person who sits all the time, a person who is used to work and then gets unemployed, or unfortunately with the situation that we have, social distancing, quarantined, understands that. Before we started, or I'm talking about myself, before I started teaching virtual, online, teaching the students at the Islamic School of Irving, everything was fine. You go physically there, you walk, you talk, you joke, it's just natural life for a man. After we started going virtual, and some people like that, or they say, oh, you're at home and easy and you're right there and you don't have to drive and you don't, I feel miserable. I wish that I can go directly to school and teach there. يعني الآن بندرس في المدرسة، مدرسة Islamic School of Irving، online على الإنترنت. كثير من الناس يقول الحمد لله ونيالك وما بدك تسوق ولا بدك تمشي ولا تتعب وانت في بيتك. بداية بتفكر هيك، لكن الآن أتمنى لو أستطيع أن أذهب للمدرسة، أسوق وأتعب وأمشي، لأنه فعلا النفسية تعبت في الجلوس في البيت. Really, for a man to be unemployed or work from home, this is absolute misery for someone who used to go out and work and do all of that. الراحة حقيقة تعب أو نوع من الكسل. Resting is one kind of laziness, whether you say it or not. When you are lazy, what do? You're doing nothing. When you are resting, you're doing nothing also. والكسل مرض, and laziness is a disease. بل هو أسمى من المرض. الكسل كالشيطان، يعني نستعيذ منه. الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم كما نقول أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، نقول اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الكسل. So when you talk about laziness, it's a disease. It's worse than a disease. And the same thing is resting, because it's one kind of laziness. You're sitting doing nothing, and when you're lazy, you're doing nothing. So it is like a disease, and it's worse than a disease because it's like the shaitan. When you are when you are incited with the whispers of the shaitan, or when the shaitan incites you with the whispers, what do? You seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the shaitan. You say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitan ar-rajim. And laziness, what do you say? Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-ajzi wal-kasal. Oh Allah, I seek refuge in you from laziness. So this is how evil laziness is. Let me put it to you in a perspective that you can understand. خلينا أحط لكم إياها في مثال تفهموه. القلب يضخ الدم 24 ساعة. لو توقف لحظات ليرتاح مات الشخص. Your heart pumps blood 24/7, 24 hours, 7 days a week. If it stops for a while, the person dies. What do we call it? Seizure, heart arrest. Why? Because it's resting. Work for the blood or for the heart is healthy. That's why you exercise. And cardio exercises are highly recommended for the heart. Sitting kills you and kills the heart. Brothers and sisters, this is for this dunya. How about for the hereafter? One of the righteous predecessors said, قال أحد السلف من أراد الراحة ترك الراحة. شو يعني ترك الراحة؟ يعني أتعب نفسه. من أراد الراحة أي الراحة الحقيقية في الجنة أتعب نفسه في الدنيا بالعبادات والطاعات حتى يحصل على هذه الراحة الحقيقية. إذن التعب هو في الدنيا هو حقيقة الراحة الأزلية. Think of it this way. The righteous predecessor said, anyone who desires rest, or the real rest, or to rest with the full meaning of rest, he would leave resting. What does that mean? It means if you want to go to Jannah, which is absolute rest and fun and happiness, and by the way, you can say that this is unhealthy because the rules over there are different. There is no such a thing called boredom, or you need to exercise so you keep your heart going. It's a complete different life. So if you want to rest permanently in heaven, you need to not rest in this dunya. You need to be busy all the time. That's we say the believer always busy, never without work. Busy with what? Ibadat and ta'at, worships and obediences of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You get tired of doing this, it makes you rest in the hereafter. So while you're doing it, because you believe in your objective, you're actually resting. إذن التعب راحة. So we come to the same conclusion that working hard is really resting. And you want to have another example? مثال آخر. كثير من الرجال والنساء وغالبا الرجال طبعا المتقاعدون يعملون ولو حتى part-time. To prove this to you, how many people you know after they retire somehow they're still working, or they continue on working something lighter or something different. Why? Because that's where they find their rest. When they sit, do nothing, it makes the person psychologically and physically feel unfit. This is not manly thing to sit and do nothing. This is life. Work, and the hereafter also work. And that's what the Prophet ﷺ encouraged us to do. And that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, اعملوا آل داود شكرا. Oh, family of Dawood, work and show gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam encouraged that. Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam حضنا على العمل. والله سبحانه وتعالى حض على العمل. إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات. Those who believe and do righteous. Do, that means work. Not amanu and sit and tells you I'm going to heaven. This is not it. This is not how it works. So brothers and sisters, in conclusion, التعب هو الراحة. Getting busy and working hard is really when you are resting. Too much resting is unhealthy. Believe in it and be convinced. This is my message for you tonight. Keep on pushing, keep on shoving, and keep on working. And ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless your time and bless your health and give you the strength to always work good and do good and be good to people. And ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to get us out of this. And guess what? I learned this because of this evil disease that locked me in the house. I started understanding what I was reading before that didn't really make much sense to me. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.